Yeah, thank you, Dr. Bengai Lori. Bada Akintunde-Johnson is the country manager for Viacom CBS Networks Africa in Nigeria, where he oversees entertainment brands such as MTV, MTV Base, Nickelodeon, the Black Entertainment Television, CBS Reality, and Comedy Central. Before his current role, he worked in advertising, where he created some of the most awarded advertising campaigns of the last decade in Nigeria. Bada owns a talent management and development company, Peaceville Africa, which manages superstar musicians. He is actively driving their music business masterclass initiative, which is targeted at bridging the skill and knowledge gaps within the music and entertainment spaces in Nigeria. He is a mentor with the United States Consulate Africa's Women's Empowerment Program, and is also a trainer and mentor with Global Winston Consult Digital Literacy Project, where he helps to educate university students across Nigeria on digital skills needed in the 21st century. Bada Akintunde-Johnson holds a honorary doctorate degree in media and marketing communications from SK Benin University of the Republic of Benin for his impactful work in society. He is a graduate of Communication and Language Arts from the University of Ibadan. He holds a postgraduate diploma in marketing communications from the Chartered Institute of Marketing and is currently studying for an MBA at the Berlin School of Creative Leadership in Germany. Bada was named as one of the 10 most powerful people in the media under 40 in Nigeria by Y Niger, and continues to grow his influence with his work across the media and entertainment landscape.
Thank you, Dr. Patrick. Over to you, Mr. Bada, for your presentation. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so very much. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to stand on existing protocol. My regards to all of the university staff on the call, the Vice Chancellor and everyone else. My utmost regards to all of you, particularly for this great initiative of stimulating and streamlining into development and the marketplace potentially the great ideas of students. If our country is ever going to have a chance, and the university obviously has a critical role to play in helping to birth great ideas that can solve some of our problems. If I can just share my screen, I would like to present my slides. And I hope everyone can hear me. Can I be heard and seen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, all right, fantastic. So the first thing to say really, before I get into the meat of the presentation, is that the company that I work for, a little over 24 hours ago, had a change of name. So we are no longer Viacom CBS Networks. We're now to be known by the name Paramount. Obviously, some of you are already familiar with Paramount Pictures, the global player in the movie and film space. So that's the company name now. The mother brand is called Paramount. Obviously, brands like MTV, MTV Base, Nickelodeon, and names and their iconic identities. But the company that employs me is now known as Paramount. The topic I've been asked to speak on is creative thinking and innovation. And yes, I did salute the members of staff of the university. I think at this point I should say a huge shout out to the student population on the call. I do not take you guys for granted. As a matter of fact, every time before the pandemic was coming to the university for one lecture or the other, I've been part of the academic summit at the main auditorium a couple times. And so this is an engagement, a forum that I do not take for granted at all. Thanks for having me, guys. I consider myself one of you. So this is not me just basically sharing ideas. This is also an opportunity for me to learn tremendously from you guys. So I welcome questions. Use the chat box, whatever it is that you want clarified, let me know whatever you want to also add to the points that I make very quickly. We have such a short time, so I have to breeze through, but stop me at any point in if you lose my audio or you no longer can follow what it is that I'm saying. Creative thinking and innovation, very interesting concepts, and concepts that I'm most passionate about, because I do believe that our continent use demystifying creativity, demystifying innovation. Those words, creativity and creative, obviously come from the word create, which simply means to bring to life or to bring to be an idea or something that previously didn't exist. And how do you bring to be? You bring to be, or you bring to life by executing or developing your ideas, your thoughts, and the products of your imagination. That's how to create. That's how to be creative. Many times, though, we refer to creatives as just creative professionals. We think about people like Burna, Whiskey, Davido, Bella Shmurda, Chimamanda Adichie, Jerry Malo, and the likes, as the only creators. Maybe the guys in tech space as well these days, the guys at Flutterwave and the other guys who are making waves. What I want to emphasize here is that actually it is not creative professionals like those guys that I've mentioned that are the only creative ones. Matter of fact, every one of us is born with the ability to be creative, and that's a fact that is backed by science. And if you are a Christian or a Muslim, it's also backed scripturally as well. Permit me to reference a scripture that says, let us make man in our own image according to our likeness. So God made man, that's what the Bible says. And so if God made man according to his likeness, God must have made man with the innate ability and capability to also create. And I think our world bears credence to that thinking, because it's a combination. What we see in front of us today as our reality is a combination of the things that God made, or what science will refer to as nature, and the things that man made, the skyscrapers, the buildings, the aeroplanes, the cars. God didn't create those. Give man the ability to create those, the houses we live in, the clothes that we wear, all of those things. So I believe absolutely that every human being is born with an innate ability to create. So there's no mystifying it. The ability to create is in us. It's a question of how we recognize that we have that ability, and how we develop it and use it. And as it is with every and anything in life, mastery constantly practicing and developing the skill. So the capacity to create will only get better if we use it from time to time. So what are we creating, and why are we creating should be the question. And I am a firm believer in the fact that if we have a firm understanding and an inspiring reason to create, if the why is compelling enough, then what we create will be a lot more meaningful. What do I mean by that? Most of the greatest inventions of our world have been created as a response to problems or needs. As they say, necessity is the mother of invention. So if you see yourself as possessing the raw qualities or the ingredients or the materials needed to solve problems for yourself, for your family, for society, for the world at large, it will elevate your ability and your appetite to an all new level. Your ambition around creativity takes a new turn, takes a new meaning, because that urge, that desire to solve a problem will propel you to create more often, more frequently, and keep you pushing and pushing. So really what I'm saying is we must emphasize that our ability to create must be in relation to solving a problem, because that's what gives it meaning. And most of us, if not all of us, want to get fulfilled, and meaningful work only is achievable when we're creating in relation to needs. So why? The why must be something that we sort of establish and very strongly believe in to drive creativity. Why do we do it? And even if it's for money, like I said on the bottom part of the slide, even if the motivation is, oh, I want to escape poverty, I want to create a better reality for myself and my family, you will soon find that if you elevated it a few notches higher to solving problems, you will make even more money. And fact. So now that I have sort of married creativity and problem solving in a way, the question then becomes, why do we need creative problem solving? So let's just create a background to that. First, as humans, we wake up with a set of problems on a daily basis. Every time you wake up, you have bad breath, so you need to brush your teeth. And human beings needed some individuals to create toothbrushes and toothpaste. The reason we take those things for granted, as though they're not solving problems, is because we're used to seeing them. Wait until you run out of toothpaste and you can't find a place to buy it before you realize how much of a problem bad breath is. So at an individual level, at the family level, at the business level, society, the world we live in, humans will always have problems that will require the ingenuity and the skills and the talent of individuals to take. So it's a fundamental reality of our lives. And if you look at Nigeria and third world countries, we have even more problems to deal with. A lack of basic amenities, there's a problem with literacy, economic issues, there are lack of opportunities. These problems will not solve themselves. And we cannot keep looking outside for the Western world to solve those problems for us, which is why an initiative like this that is driven by the university gives me a lot of hope that we can build capacity and equip our young people with the capacity to take out some of these problems for us, to solve some of these problems that are plaguing us as a society and as a people. Even more so these days, there's COVID, there's existential issues that we must resolve as a people. Animals are threatened, companies are endangered, institutions face a real existential threat. And our capacity to develop solutions is the only real sort of sustainable solve to those challenges. As I said, there's only one solution: creativity. Only ideas, the quality of those ideas and the consistency of those ideas will make a sustainable difference for us over time. I would quickly like to share an idea that I came across in 2017 when I was at the World Creativity Festival and Lions in France. This idea won awards at that festival, and the simplicity of it is such that I feel can inspire us to believe that indeed we have the capacity to solve problems for ourselves as a this video, please watch very attentively.
The immunization history of a child. It's what doctors the world over refer to and check which vaccine is due. But this is Afghanistan, a land with the world's worst infant mortality rate, where traditional biases and remote areas mean doctors have to work without proper immunization history.
We are facing a lot of challenges due to high level of illiteracy and different traditional beliefs in the community.
To counter Afghanistan's traditional bias against immunization, we turn to another tradition. This little bracelet is a common sight in Afghanistan, a lucky charm that protects Afghan newborns from evil forces. Today, this bracelet protects